For 30 straight days, I electrically stimulated my brain before my CrossFit sessions using Halo Sport, a device that's received funding from the Pentagon and praise from Olympic medalists, Major League Baseball, NBA and NFL players. And here's what happened during my experiment. Suffering from depression and getting no answers, I packed up my life and went on a 90-day mission to find help from the world's top biohackers, neuroscientists and doctors. And now I'm here to help you biohack your mind and body for success. Welcome to Becoming Unstoppable, lifestyle hacks for your body, mind and business. Before we dive into this week's video, be sure to hit like, subscribe and share. Nice and early and doing the halo again today. I don't know if you can see the full moon in the background between the two lights. Pretty cool this morning. So today's deadlifting day. Let's see if I can hit a personal best on this. Should be awesome. Regardless of whether you want to succeed in business or career, you can't optimize your mind without first optimizing your body. Fitness plays an integral role. For my new book Unstoppable, I experimented with wearable devices that have been used by both elite athletes and the military to help improve athletic performance. And the first device I used was Halo Sport. Halo Sport is an expensive looking pair of headphones with softly pointed foam pads under the top band that touch your head above the part of your brain called the motor cortex. Based on 15 years of scientific research, Halo Sport provides electrical stimulation during movement-based training to help build stronger, more optimized connections between your brain and muscles. Now, full disclosure, this video is not sponsored or endorsed by Halo Sport. The function of Halo Sport is to place the brain in a state of hyperplasticity that refines the brain's ability to adapt to training. I reached out to the company and secured a 4-week trial of the device, during which I'd undertake an intense CrossFit workout designed by a friend of mine, Dean Haynes, an Olympic lifting and CrossFit coach from Adelaide, Australia. The program that Dean designed for me was by no means easy. I mean, check this guy out. He pushes himself beyond what most would. The program he designed, I'd completed multiple times over the past 4 years, and I'd recorded all of my statistics from each workout into an Excel spreadsheet. I knew what my average numbers were and I wanted to improve on them, as well as increase the intensity of my sessions and shorten their duration. I would then compare what I used to lift with what I could lift with Halo Sport. This experiment had 2 core objectives. 1, increase my workout intensity, and 2, break old neural pathways and my belief that I could only lift a certain amount of weight without getting injured. This was a fight or flight response that had held me back in the gym before, but to become unstoppable, I had to challenge my body and my brain in a myriad of different ways, because different physical exercises can bring specific mental gains, such as dealing with cravings, reducing stress, and improving memory. In fact, an article included in the Scientific Guide to an Even Better You published the findings that lifting weights assists the prefrontal cortex of the brain, complex thinking, reasoning, multitasking, and problem solving. On my first exercise, a squat clean, a relatively complex movement that uses multiple muscles and requires perfect form to prevent injury, I lifted 936 pounds or 424 kilograms heavier across the entire set than what I'd lifted previously. Now this trend continued across the board for 4 weeks straight, across all types of exercises. And you can see here by my reporting, every single week I increased my weight. To find out more on the origins of the device, I hopped on a plane to San Francisco and sat down with Brett, the CTO and co-founder of Halo Neuroscience. He shared with me how they'd worked with a comprehensive team of doctors, neuroscientists, athletes, designers, and engineers to develop the device. Getting a tour of their headquarters, Brett revealed to me that the military has also conducted placebo sham-controlled randomized double-blinded clinical trials. They're not mucking around with the research that goes behind this device.
The roots of the company started when my co-founder and I spent most of our career in implantable medical devices. And we met at a company called NeuroPace, where we made an implantable responsive stimulator for epilepsy. And what that means is it's an implant that sits in your head, lives there for the rest of your life, watches for seizures about to start, and then stimulates to stop them before they really start. And it's an amazing project. It took 13 plus years, a lot of money to do it. We got there. We got FDA approval in fall of 2013. But the thing we realized is this technology is so powerful, but it's really, really tough to use. And we wanted to find a way to make it relevant to more people. So we've been following this field of what you call non-invasive brain stimulation since about 2005. And we realized that with a wearable product, you could make the brain work better, learn faster, develop skills faster. And we decided we were going to take all that science and make it into a product. And that's where Halo came from.
Here's what I observed when using Halo Sport. First of all, the complex movements in my program became much easier. Second of all, after I lifted the first weight without thinking, I actually added more weights to the bar. I just felt like I could actually lift heavier weights naturally and without any fear that I was going to injure myself. And thirdly, I experienced extreme sweating. Now, this only occurred a couple of times during the workout. Now, I did ask Brett about this later. Now, despite experiencing extreme sweating, the workout still felt easier. And finally, the biggest change of all that I noticed was that I didn't experience the same level of muscle soreness that I had in the past, because typically when I've done a program like this, I've always ended up with issues in my right shoulder due to tight chest muscles. This time, I didn't. So where does Halo Sport fit in with obliterating fear and overcoming failure? Well, it's pretty simple. It showed my brain what my body was capable of. It broke the old neural connections that said I can't lift heavier or train harder than this. And it also rewired neural pathways that helped me lift heavier in the gym even after I'd stopped using the device. Now, I have to admit, my workouts did feel harder in the following weeks when I ceased the experiment. But because I knew what my brain was now capable of, I could push through the discomfort. To track my progress, I not only recorded the weight I was lifting each day, I took a photo of myself in the mirror daily for the duration of the experiment. I was still nutritionally deficient in the photos that I show you here. I have to let you know that, as I was overcoming severe depression and fatigue at the same time. But what I did find is not only did I lose 12 pounds or 6 kilograms in the 30 days, I also went from 16% body fat to 13% body fat, which is something that I haven't been able to achieve previously. Despite being nutritionally deficient at the time, the physical changes that occurred despite this, I believe, a testament to what the body is capable of when we use a device to help us unlock its capacity. Now, obviously, I look forward to doing this experiment again now that my body is in a nutritional state of equilibrium. And most critically, this transformation provided me with a real identity shift. As the shape of my body changed, and it's obviously not as dramatic because I wasn't overweight when I started this program, my confidence also changed. Not just in how I felt about the way I looked, but how I felt about myself in general, because I'd been breaking personal bests each day for an entire month. Now, if you'd love to learn more about the other experiments I conducted on my mission to become unstoppable, and you'd love to have more energy, increase your focus, and boost your productivity, head over to areyouunstoppable.com to find out which identity success type you are based on your biochemistry and psychology, and get personalized recommendations for what you can do to become unstoppable in your own life. And be sure to hit like, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you for next week's episode. Take care.